Estamos llegando a ustedes en vivo para el Grande Primo de España, donde mi colega Ian y yo nacimos y crecimos y hablamos español con fluidez.
It's episode 105 of the Eaton Asphalt podcast. Dude, not bad.
Respond. What did I say? Let's see if
Uh,
you know what I'm talking about.
yeah, I said we're getting to the. I mean, I understand Spanish. Like I know what you were.
Yeah, no, like tell me what I said.
I mean, you want me to recite the whole thing? Estamos llegando a España, so we're getting to Spain for the Spanish Grand Prix, where Ian and I were born and where we grew up, and we always speak in Spanish, and I speak with fluency.
That was like right around there. Yeah. No,
Okay, I mean,
you all right. We both speak Spanish. So that was a test and you passed.
good
All
job.
right. Well, hopefully, yeah. Thank you for explaining to all our English listeners that don't, aren't fluent in Spanish like us, that we are live at the Spanish Grand Prix. So back-to-back weekends, back on the track. Very excited. And I mean, overall, I think this is going to be a very fantastic week. This is a completely different race that we're going to be expecting from Monaco. And I think a lot of excitement going into it as well.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. Sentiment, I think, is usually like neutral to negative, like between that range. But overall, I mean, it's going to be a better race than Monaco. So we'll at least have that.
Right. Yeah. And obviously, talking about the Spanish Grand Prix, we will. Our sectors for this week is our news, Spanish Grand Prix, country fun facts, gambling paddock, followed by our finale race prediction. So moving straight into our recent news.
All right, first on the docket, I saw this little stat and thought it'd be interesting to share, Marco. So this is going to be Fernando Alonso's 362nd Grand Prix, and it's going to be F1's 1086th race, which means that Fernando Alonso, after this weekend, will have competed in 1/3 of every single F1 race in existence so far.
That is unreal. Absolutely unreal. I guess I can't fathom it. I can't wrap my head around when he started, which was 20-something years ago. And then I hear and see of all like the old Formula One cars racing back then and how he can cover that much ground.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, they used to race like 8 times in a season, I feel like.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking is the only way that he could do this.
Yeah, but still interesting.
Good
for him. Makes you think he might be getting to that time.
Dude, I mean, it's what happens on the track, and he's not giving in.
That's true. Yeah, no, he's racing well. I'm being facetious, but man, 1/3, like, it's a pretty wild accomplishment.
Wow. I never hear them say that in totality, but I always see the it's been X amount since his last win, and that's starting to pick up as well.
That's been.
I think we're like 10 years ago. I think
probably more than that, right? It was probably with Ferrari. Let me look it up. Fernando Alonso last win. 2005. Nope, 2013.
Yeah, so 10 years ago. God, big brain. Let's go. All right, yeah, very wild. I don't know which one's more shocking. Actually, probably the third is pretty impressive. Well, that's very interesting. Moving on to happy birthday, Lewis's dad. I don't think we ever really cover the drivers' birthdays too much. So interesting that you're covering his father. But I mean, you're a Lewis fan, so I get it.
Yeah, I mean, happy birthday.
Yeah,
Anthony, I want to say
Anthony. It is Anthony. Yeah. The GOAT's father. I mean, dude, that's impressive. You think that they're doing anything for it? You think the brothers coming out and they're like getting a little wild?
I don't know what you do if you have a kid that's like a multimillionaire, like, best athlete in the sport in the world. Like, I don't know. Do you go to dinner?
Does it buy you like a boat?
Yeah, that's probably. I buy you like a exotic animal. Like here's your
Mm. I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but it's coming to your apartment.
yeah. Good luck. He just opens up and opens the door, throws it in there, and closes the
Good
door.
God, stop doing this, Lewis.
All right. I saw another stat. I'm just coming with Fernando stats only today. Fernando Alonso now has more podiums than Sergio Perez this season.
Yeah, I saw another super set stat related to Perez. It was like of the 4 times that I think Charles Leclerc has won 4 times he's been on pole. Perez has also won 4 times that Charles has been on pole as well. So that's a fun stat.
Charles bad driver then? Is that what we're saying?
He's a Saturday guy. I feel like we just need to start giving a lot more points for just Saturday. And he is fantastic. Yeah.
I mean, Saturday, like the best day of the week is Saturday, so that just means Charles is like a chill guy.
Yeah. And Sunday, he's probably got the Sunday scaries like us all. And he's like, I don't want to work.
He's relatable, dude. I get it.
He's
him.
my driver. He's my driver. All right, moving along to another one of our old favorite drivers, Sebastian Vettel. So a couple of years ago, we did a little snippet on Sail GP, which is just these giant parasails that go very fast, sharp turns, pretty wild. There's some crashes in that as well, which seems a lot more intense when someone goes overboard. And we have him joining that eco-friendly racing team. So he's actually joining the sport. So he said, I'm done with racing, but I think he's just had it off for a couple months and said, like, I got that drive again. I don't think anyone wants me, on the grid. So I'm going to move and position to something a little bit better for the environment, still gives that racing juice. So not surprised there that he's going to go there instead of like monster trucks or something, Tonka trucks where it's just burning fuel.
Yeah, it seemed like a perfect thing for him to like buy into. He's got the money to, to support a team. And yeah, this is 2 things that you associate Sebastian Vettel with, like racing and being eco-friendly. So good for him. I went down a deep rabbit hole of Sail GP highlights yesterday, dude.
Dude, it's a sweet sport.
It's an awesome sport.
Yeah.
And I didn't know they had radios that you can pick up on just like regular motorsport racing. The collisions are crazy. So yeah, I remember talking about this vaguely like several weeks ago, maybe months. But dude, I was in bed at like 12:30 and I just couldn't stop watching these like close calls. The way they start is electric. I'm all in.
If they put it on ESPN2, I like similar to Formula One, I would watch this 100%.
Totally buy in. Dude, we're the first Sail GP podcast.
Are we doing 2 podcasts now? We can break off.
Just combine them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, everyone's gonna love that.
Yeah, we're the Formula One Sail GP podcast that you've
been one and only.
Yeah. Only. No one's joining that space. Okay. Another piece of news here. Ferrari are set to display the new Red Bull style F1 side pods in Spain. I have realized that more and more as we talk about like updates and stuff, it's mostly just like fair, just kind of like bullshit around until you can show me like, hey, this team did X and it achieved Y, like, reduced, like increased top speed, had better speed through the corners. Like I realize I'm getting fatigued talking about, just little like smaller kind of like boost up. Cause it's not like Ferrari didn't have side pods like Mercedes, but these are just like kind of different side pods. So I don't know. If it helps, great. They'll need.
Yeah, you would think that they probably like have to check that box in the wind tunnel. Like they probably aren't being like, oh, it shows the exact same. They're like, but Red Bull does it. Fucking get it out there, I do get it. I do think that it's a bummer in the fact that I thought that the Ferrari side pods were like the best looking car out there. Just 100%. Like that wide kind of like, it was just smooth. It was just like a lady's bottom. All right. Well, all right. Our last news is Lawrence Stroll. This was a surprising stat. We're kind of a big stat on the news this time. He said that 70% of Aston Martin's 1.75 billion annual sales come from Formula One. I just don't buy that shit at all. I think he said 60 million. Another stat was like 60 million comes from them selling like old renditions of Formula One Aston Martin cars. it just that math doesn't add up. I don't know how they get that type of revenue. I think this might be him saying like, "Hey, I know my son's not doing well, but like this side of Formula One is doing fantastic for our brand. So you guys can't really get mad at me or my son."
That seems wrong. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know where it's wrong, but I feel like that's wrong.
I need to check the books.
Yeah. We'll look
Lawrence
at
Stroll, hand over your financials.
yeah, let's log into his QuickBooks. We'll hack in.
Yeah, dude. I as the finance guy over here, you're
Yeah.
going down, buddy. Those are fake statistics.
All
Well,
right.
yep, that does it for our news. Moving on to our grand preview of the Spanish Grand Prix.
All right, Spanish Grand Prix. We're back in Barcelona. Track's a little bit different, so we'll talk a bit about that. But this time going around, we got 14 turns rather than the usual 16 that we've been used to in the last couple of years. 66 laps around this bad boy, so it's a relatively short track. Still got 2 DRS zones. It is, I think that drivers like it. They get to see it a lot because they race it in the winter. Like I said earlier, fans I think are kind of like lukewarm. Is Luke cold an expression? Luke cold? No, lukewarm is
yeah, that's not
all sound pretty dumb. Yeah, so fans are Luke cold on Barcelona in general just because they don't get to I think like not a ton of overtaking happens here. But I mean it's got a good amount of balance between like high speed corner, mid speed corner, low speed corner. I think it's like very versatile in that range. Not too much elevation change, but like a good balance of like not wrecking, but like giving a lot of stress on your left, like front left and front right, because it turns both ways. So turn 3 is going to be talked about a lot. It's a really fun, like long right-hander. Like tests a lot of downforce of how well your car does, like at that high speed turn. Where the overtaking is going to take place is between like 16 and 1 turn 14 and 1. So like that's the main straight where they start stop. If we see it like much overtaking, I think most of it's just going to be there. And then the main thing, like the changes I was talking about earlier, turns 12, 13, and 14 are now all combined into just turn 12. So it did a little bit of like a kind of like a kink, and now it's just like one kind of smooth, probably like relatively high speed corner. So that's like right before you go into kind of the main straight. And so I think that was like an effort to just try to let the cars pass a little more, or like, give more speed and not have the cars like slow down right before the main straight. So we'll see. I think like if there was a change to be made to get more cars, like having more battles, this was the change to make. And so, yeah, overall, I think, I think they're just trying to make it more entertaining, better TV product, and we'll see if they're right.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I definitely think that like this will bring a lot more, like just looking at the comparisons. Yeah, it clearly was going to be like kind of a bottlenose around those couple extra turns. This definitely does seem like it's going to allow them to push it a lot more, give them a lot more room, even going into that long straight to pick up some speed and make some passes. So I do think that this is going to be a better product than we typically have seen the past couple of years.
Yep. What about weatherman Marco?
Friday, high of 76 and sunny, and then Saturday and Sunday, 75 and partially cloudy. So it does not seem like they're going to have any signs of rain. It seems like pretty ideal weather for racing.
Is it going to rain at all on Sunday? Because I think,
word do I say? You didn't pay attention?
well, no, I saw that WTF1 guys, one of those like Twitter guys, post like a screenshot of the weather emoji on Sunday, and it had rain. So did you see any rain in the forecast, weatherman Marco?
I didn't. I saw 75 and partially cloudy.
All right.
No chance of rain.
Dude, if it rains, it's your ass.
It is my ass. Yeah. And I'm going to lay my stake down that WTF guy, first of all, don't fucking bring up the competition ever on our podcast. Fuck that guy. We have some beef with him. He's an idiot.
All right, fair enough. That's Spanish Grand Prix, and now let's get into our country fun facts.
All right. I can take the first stab at this one. I'll stop at my 3, and I do have 4 just to throw it in there, but I feel like we probably start picking these up from a lot of the same websites, so I don't want to take a lot. So, number 1, Spain hosts the biggest food fight in the world. So that was pretty cool. I think we should attend.
That the tomato one? I've seen the like one where they just throw tomatoes at each other.
Yeah.
Tomato
I don't know. They also do the running with the bulls. That would be awesome to do that at the same time. Mix those up.
You wouldn't be able to tell like what's
Oh
blood.
my God, it would be mayhem. You get like some cake in your eye, like I can't see. Sick, dude. That's fucked. All right, number 2. Spanish is actually the second most spoken language in the world behind Mandarin. I was shocked. I thought English would have been right up there in number 2. But I guess a lot of other people are fluent in Spanish like me and you.
Just like us.
Just like us. And number 3. This is my favorite. The Spanish Christmas lottery is held on December 22nd and is the biggest lottery in the world by total prize money. In 2022, total payout was $2.5 billion. There's one big winner called El Gordo and then many smaller ones. So I think there's more than 13,000 winning combinations. So just a ton of people actually have the chance to win this. I think we got to implement this in the States. Like everyone kind of circles their calendar being like, all right, this is mega millions, billions lottery day. And a shit ton of people win. I think that'd be just a fucking electric thing to watch. You get the buddies together, before Christmas, before everyone goes off to the families, and you just have a party and just be like, all right, let's see who wins some money.
So let's say you win. This is the biggest one in the world. Wasn't like the Mega Millions, like the mega jackpot, whatever, like over $1 billion at one point. So this is bigger than that. So you're a billionaire overnight. What's your first like stupid purchase?
Well, I think like the biggest winner, El Gordo, wins like millions and millions, but because there's so many winners, like the sum is 2.5 billion. So yeah, like one single winner, not the biggest, but they throw out a shit ton on that date.
Okay. So if you're one of the winners, like, do you have something in mind that you would purchase just off the dome?
Quit my job.
That's
Quit this job.
Quit
This
this
job, dude. We're working hard, dude. Sleepless nights, just providing for the people. Do you have anything?
I think I want to like. I've been watching Succession, so I want to buy one of those boats, like the big boats that are like ridiculous.
Yeah,
I think that'd be good to just own, and then you go out on it like twice a year.
Yeah, those are. I think those are pricey. Like not just the boat, but the maintenance and like the keeping up with it. I think is just like shocking.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore that and be like most of the people that win the lottery, where you just like you buy all the stuff and then you're out of money.
You'll figure it out later.
All over.
No, it's whatever. It's not a big deal.
That's a future rich me problem.
Exactly. I'll get richer.
All right. That was 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you got it.
All right. Good stuff. My country fun facts. My first one is Spain is the land of inventions. So not in the same like similar category, I feel like it's kind of all over the place. They invented the pacemaker, the windmill, and the electric submarine.
That's why they call it the land of inventions.
That's why I call it the land of inventions.
Fuck, dude. That's not, they shouldn't get that title.
The second one that I have is Spain is home to the baby jumping festival.
Okay, I'm listening.
What do you think that is?
I don't know. I'm imagining thousands of trampolines, all the parents on the outside. Parents aren't allowed to cross a boundary. And then they just throw babies over and they just let them bounce.
Okay. Yeah.
Ages 5 and below.
Yeah. It's either the babies were going to be the jumping or people were going to be jumping over the babies. It is the latter. Small village in Spain hosts a little tradition called El Salto de Colacho, which is, takes place on Corpus Christi festival. Men dress up as the devil, and then they jump over mattresses that have babies lying on.
That seems irresponsible.
It's like, and they drink over there.
I think mine sounds safer.
Yeah, throwing babies on trampolines.
Do you think like how do they do it? Do they like add a baby every time they jump over them all?
Oh,
like kind of an Evel Knievel?
Yeah, dude, they just launch.
Like, I'm gonna jump over 45 babies.
It's like last year I only did 44, 45.
Yeah. And then the next year they're like, yeah, we're gonna drop it down to 44. The last year didn't go well. Jesus, RIP.
And then my third one was running of the bulls related. How many people would you say have died in the running of the bulls since 1910 when they started?
I'm gonna say not as many that like more bulls have died than people. I'm just gonna assume. I'm gonna only say like I'm gonna lowball it. It's gonna be probably way high. I'm gonna say like 20 people.
Dude, 16 people have died over like 100 years.
Yeah,
Which
dude,
is not that many.
They
I
just
think a lot
murder
of
all the bulls.
yeah, dude. All the bulls die, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, dude, they
Right
just stab
after.
the fuck out of them, dude.
Like they just basically run to their death. But
Yeah.
dude, only 16 people died. It seems like a super low number. I think a lot of people get gored. Like, they just like take a horn to the rib.
You would think that would kill a little bit more than 16, though. A gourd, I would say, like, if I'm doing my math, every fourth person that gets gored should die.
Yeah, but I guess not. I guess they're built different over there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like I bet they just dole the fuck out of their horns too. It's just like they make it too easy on people.
Yeah, that's soft. They should sharpen them.
Yeah,
get those numbers up.
Maybe put some put extra armor on the bulls.
I'm in for that. Extra armor on.
I want 16 deaths a year in that.
Love it.
My last one, I had like a throw one. They produce 44% of all of the olive oil in the world.
Really interesting. I would have thought Italy would be like the number one.
Well, I think like olives just are like they really need a dry, tough climate. And I think that is just like right down Spain's alley, and it's just bigger.
Interesting. I did not know that. That was fun. Fun facts.
I hope that's true. All right. Well, that does it for our country fun facts. On to our gambling paddock.
All right, Mr. Good at Gambling, you go first.
All right. To fill everyone up, I have $542. And I am going to go with Merck double top six finish minus 150. So they both have to land in the top six.
Okay, I like
One
it.
unit, winning margin over 10 seconds plus 105. 1 unit.
Okay, I've had bad luck with winning margins.
Yeah, you have.
I've had bad luck in general.
I was gonna say like what? Yeah, find something that you've had good luck
on. All right. I'm gonna make my own luck here. I've been doing a lot of positive, like in the plus for gambling. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna switch that up a little bit. I'm gonna go Max Verstappen winner at minus 250. And I'm going to do Fernando Alonso top 3 at minus 185. So we're introducing ourselves to the negative over here. Stop.
Weird, dude. If you win, it's going to be weird that like you won off of going in the negative like that.
If I don't win, then it's going to be an interesting race.
Yeah, exactly. I love that actually. Yeah, it's a win-win for me.
That's all right. Yeah, so as it stands, Marco's at $542. I'm at $306. Bit of a gap, but we can make it up.
Plenty of season left.
A lot of races left. Let's get into our race prediction.
All right, finishing our last sector of the podcast with our race predictions. Like Ian said earlier, a lot of the season left. I am up 11-3. I'll scroll through mine. I'm going to go Crash Dina, Juan Yujo, winner, Max Verstappen, last place, Kevin Magnussen, driver of the day, Fernando Alonso, Spain. Douche of the day, Ocon. I think he had a pretty good weekend. He gets a little too high on his britches. Ocon, wildcard prediction, neither Ferrari in the top 5.
How many times has it happened? We're going to take an intermission to see how many times it's happened.
All right. Break over. I was talking to Ian during our time off. I think that might be a little unfair. So I'm going to say Aston Martin, neither Aston Martin in the top 5.
All right. You were the one that thought it was
Yeah,
unfair.
thank you. Yeah, see, we both said
Yeah,
that.
good guy,
Okay,
Mike.
fastest lap, Max. Pole, Sergio Perez. How many cars don't finish? 2.
2 cars. Nice. All right. Give me K-Mag for a DNF. Breaks my heart, but it's speaking to me. And also if I predicted it won't happen, so he'll be good. Winner, give me Fernando Alonso, getting number 33. Last place, Zhou Wan Yu, driver of the day. You said Alonso. I'll
Yep.
say Carlos.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's kind of a no-brainer there. Douche of the day, Yuki Tsunoda. My wild card prediction is both Aston Martins on the podium.
Fine. I won't even like try to. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Dude,
I'm a good guy.
Lance has not gotten on the podium this year. Lance has been a bad season. I looked it up. Lance has gotten a 4th, 6th, 7th, 12th, and 2 DNFs.
Yeah, no, he's not. I think that's the Lawrence Stroll thing. It's like, oh, look at the money though.
Yeah, like, oh, but we're making a lot of money.
Look how much money this is. Yeah.
Fastest lap, Fernando Alonso, pole Fernando Alonso, and 5 cars not finished.
Oh, all right.
There we go. Man, feels good. We had Miami, which people thought was okay, but not great. We had a break. We had Emilia Romagna not happen. We had a break, and we had Monaco be a relatively dull race. So even if this one is like an okay race, I think we're at least on the right trajectory here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to see Fernando back home, Carlos back home. Me and you would be back home if we were there. So yeah, I think overall this is a pretty exciting buildup.
Shout out the ancestors.
Shout out our boys, great grandpa,
Papa, as we used to say back in the old country.
All right, everybody. Appreciate you for listening. We'll see you on the other side of the race. See you, assholes.
The assholes.
Hey, thought you could leave without saying goodbye.
I used to say I live my life a quarter mile at a time. And I think that's why we were brothers. Because you did too.